Hello again, everybody. I am Jeff Opens Cards, here with my season recap for Soulbound reward card progress as of the end of season 113. The season ended just a couple of days ago. So you can see on screen, I've got Splinter cards pulled up. That's the one that's that quadrant. And then here, right in this area, it's my little spreadsheet where I didn't start tracking until season 111. But now we can kind of see the season by season progress to see like, just sort of like anomaly or something, or especially like once we start getting at or near the cap, like full progress for like common regular foils, we can kind of see like where we really stall out once we start maxing some stuff out, and we get extra copies of maxed out things while not maxing out other things, and it might get interesting. So more data is always good in my opinion. So start off with the newest account. My name's Jeff. This account hasn't been around too long. Sorry, let me change tabs for 1 sec. I started this account in season 109. So this is the 5th season it did, but the first 3 seasons it only earned bronze chests. And then I think it got into silver mid to late season 112. And then season 113 it got into gold. This season we're in now, season 114, is the first time I'll have gold end of season chests, I believe. Pretty sure it was silver end of season chests for 113. So shouldn't have too much progress so far, and we don't. On the first couple of seasons, 3 seasons where we got just bronze chests, we didn't do much of anything. 2% of commons, 2% of rares. I think we had 1 epic card, but must have been less than 0.5% of 12 BCX then. And we had 1 legendary, 1%. And then these over here that I'm highlighting, the first one, that is the sum of the 4 different rarities of regular foils, and that is the sum of gold foils. So if we had everything, those numbers would be 400%. So 5% is what? 1.25% of everything. All right, so then in season 112, we gained 6% in total. So basically we more than doubled what our total collection was. And then in the season that just concluded, we gained 6% again, but we also went from 0 to 4% of gold foils. Now we're up to 7% of regular foil commons, 5% of rares, 2% epics, 3% of legendaries. And we also got 2 gold Thane New Song epics, so that's a 3% as well. It's not too much to go over right there. And just kind of scroll through here really quickly. We have every common at least level 3. I have not leveled my Fungus Splinter. I will not level them at all until if or when I get a gold foil. Then if I can level the regular foil higher than level 3, I will. Especially once I have enough that I can get blind. That's kind of like the main leveling point for Fungus Splinter, or the main like goal, I'd say. And if you don't get the gold foil, once you unlock blind, hard to say if it's better to do that or not. Blind with 4 health or no blind and 2 health on a martyr card. It can vary what you'd want in different circumstances, but anyways, you can see our only gold common is Drybone Barbarian. We've got 3 different commons up to level 4 now. The rares, not everything is level 2 yet, so not everything is even at max for bronze level just yet. But we're getting close, There's only 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of the 12, so a third are still at level 1. One of them, coincidentally, or whatever you want to say, is Venari Marksrat, which I'm fine with that. I don't want him to level ever. Although getting a gold foil would be nice, because I'm actually doing gold foil only phrase on this account most of the time now. So anyways, and then epics, like I said, we got the 2 gold Thane New Songs. Regular foil, we have 1 Thane, 1 Will-O-Wisp, and 1 Karar Zak. And the other 4 we have not gotten yet. And legendaries, we got 2 more. We had the Tracious Hulk early. That's the one we had by the end of season 111. But just in this now concluded season, we picked up the Phyrexian Hero and the Skok Duskblight. So not too shabby. Now let's move on then to Milo Cat. Let's see if this lines up well enough. I kept extra line just because it doesn't always scroll perfectly, so this may work out okay. So Milo Cat, let me just confirm here. Yeah, I have had this account since Soulbound Reward Cards started. All these I have had since Soulbound Rewards started. So, I don't think they're always running the same kind of chests, but oh well. So as you can see, we had 78% of the 400% possible, up through 111 of regular foils. Then that went up by 19%, and then only went up by 7% this past season, but our gold foils have increased by 10% each of the last 2 seasons. So kind of interesting we got such a small increase in regular foils last season. Just looking ahead at what else in the sheet. I'm kind of analyzing this on the fly. I didn't, pre-analyze. I put the data in, but I didn't break it down to myself yet. So, but yeah, that is interesting that I think this is more of an anomaly on the high side. Looks like pretty much all of them, all the accounts, we increased by more in 112 to 113. I think season 112 was the long season, though, to be fair. That season, I think, was like the 17-day season, whereas season 113 was 14 or 15 days, I think. So that has a non-zero effect for sure. But anyways, and FYI, if the percentages on here don't match my spreadsheet, that's because we've had a couple of days of chests get opened in the new season since I made the spreadsheet. So the spreadsheet should be accurate as of the conclusion of 113 without factoring anything we pulled so far in season 114. Just curious, 3817. So yeah, we already gained 1 more percent for rares, and that's it. So yeah, don't be alarmed if the numbers don't match. It's okay. That just means we've got more cards since the season ended, which is good. So we are up to 38% of the commons, which is our high point. I think pretty much on every account, regular foil, gold foil, regular foil commons we have the most of. So that is what we should max out first on every account, basically, assuming we get it maxed out at all. 17% for gold commons, 20% for rares, and so on and so forth. Yeah, several accounts got a nice boost in GFL percentages this season. I think Miles Account may have had 5 GFLs this season. I forget who had the 2. Because we had 3 BCX gold foil pull on 3 different accounts across 5 days. And then end of season, one of the accounts had 2 BCX GFL. It's been from 6 to 13. That's up 6. That's up 4. That's up 6. Not positive, actually. Looks like Milo might have been the one that... Well, I'll actually know, because it was 2 Avis Sturgis was the twofer. So we'll see in a sec here. So, yeah. In total, 104% versus 47% for gold foils. So we're 26% complete overall for regular foils. And we're, 12% complete for gold foils. It's going to take a while. Probably not going to max all the gold foils. So the actual progress here looks like everything is between level 6 and 8. The only thing level 8 is actually our gold foil fungus flinner on the account, interestingly enough. As for the rares, we are still as low as level 3 on several cards. The Brune's level 3, Franz Roughbane's level 3, Warbeck is level 3, and Lab Lowland also level 3. And you can see there are many rares we have not gotten. Well, the second row, almost all, but half of the rares we have not gotten any copies of gold foil just yet. So, interesting there. Epics, everything is either level 2 or level 3. Only 2 of the 7 do we have any gold foils of. And then legendaries. Okay, so it was not this account. So we got the 3 Musa Celine this season. Not sure offhand when we got the Skox, actually. We must have had those prior, though. 3, from 3 GFLs to 6. So just rounding half percentages and stuff. It was probably like 6.3% GFL that then went to, more than 12.5%, basically. So that is Milo's progress. And again, Milo's account is very, very similar to 2/3 Wizard. For a while, they each had 3 different splinters at max of Gold League level. Now they each are mostly at Diamond League level with all splinters but 1 each. One of the accounts, I believe, doesn't have fire and one doesn't have death. But they both have water. Neither have life either, I don't think. Yeah, I think neither has life. And then, I don't know. They each have the same amount of splinters and they both have neutrals. So while they're not equal, as different splinters can have different results, obviously, same splinters can across the same accounts too. And Milo is on Xbot, whereas 2/3 is on Archmage for whatever you want to attribute that to. But anyways, so here you can see Milo Cap is at 104 and 47. 2/3, 102, and 48. So 2% less regular foil, 1% higher cumulative of gold foils. And we'll change that over on this screen here as well. There we go. All right. So 2/3 went up by 16% regular foils, and then by 10% the most recent season. Gold foils went by 5 and then 6%. That 6% being all GFLs. GFL gold foil percentage, the only one that changed that season. Regular foil legendaries up a couple percent, epics a couple percent, rares a couple percent, commons 4%. But pretty consistent across the board. It's possible that maybe other than like a single BCX or something, we didn't get any gold foils in the account for the season, except for the 3 GFL that we got in a single chest at one point. I'm just going to check on a different window here quick, actually. Pull up the season rewards, because I'm curious to see officially here, as it loads for me. Yeah, 3 GFL Surreal the Bale. That is the only golds the account got in the entire season in 123 diamond chests. Interesting. It got 2 regular foil, legendary, Drybone Raiders, and 1 Izzyar. So it pulled 3 legendary BCX in total. And for epics, it got 4 No Other Just. And that's it. So it looks like 2/3 probably didn't get a super high ratio of chests containing cards. But that's something that if you guys want, or if I just decide to, I may go rewatch all my daily rewards for the season and document how many chests each account had and how many of those chests had cards in, and kind of see what that breakdown is. There's been a bit of chatter around as to if the pull rates have diminished and stuff. Granted, it won't be a complete sample size, even though it's 6 accounts for a full season. Things can change quite a bit from season to season, just so we see how our percents of accumulated cards can change season to season. So card-wise here, so only a level 5 Dumaki Orc. Otherwise, everything is 6 and 7. No level 8s here for 2/3. For the rares, Pembroke Nymph is only at level 2 with 8 BCX. Everything else is level 4 or level 5. So possibly a little bit better overall there than Milo. Let's see. Actually, Milo is at, well, they're both at 28%, and golds are at 10 versus 11%. So, yeah. Epics, both accounts have 18%. The gold epics, though, Milo only 7%, 2/3 13%. They each have 20% of legendaries. Milo has more GFLs. Milo is 2% higher on commons, regular foil, and 2/3 has 1% higher gold commons. So, like I said, the 2 accounts quite equal overall. Epics, everything level 2 or level 3. Legendaries, there are 2 that we do not own at all on here. What was Milo's? Milo has all but 1. Only Drybone Raider is missing from Milo's account. So, Milo's account, I guess you could say, is more complete. No Kulu Mastermind for 2/3. That, across all the accounts combined, I'm not going to figure that out right now, but Kulu might be the legendary I have the least BCX of cumulatively across all my accounts. Quite possible. I still only have 1 BCX on my main account, I know. So, all right, let's keep this going, because this is, I was thinking it was going to be like a 10-minute video, but we're through 3 of 6 accounts, and we're at 13, almost 14 minutes, so what do I know? Plumber's Quack has gone for regular foils from 105 to 118 to 126%. Again, 400% is complete. Gold from 38 to 41 to 46%. So better growth on gold foils that season, thanks to the GFLs that we got. Less growth on regular foils than the season prior. Halfway through the commons now, 49%. Well, almost halfway. We'll round off and say it's halfway. Rares, 40%. 18% for epics, 19% for legendaries, which that makes the legendaries and epics basically equal to Milo and 2/3 as well, but definitely more rares and more commons. So, Grand Plumber's Quack, that account has been basically very, very primarily, not entirely or exclusively, but very primarily gold foil based for a while. So it generally gets extra chests for the same effort because of the bonuses you get and such. So That's probably one reason as well. And I think it's just been playing at a higher league longer than Milo Cat in 2/3 as well. It's not really, and you guys can see the numbers on screen. I guess I have to like spell them out like I've been doing on every account here. You can see how things are going. I do like seeing for my own benefit here too, just how levels are progressing. So everything between level 6 and level 8 here for Plumber's Quack. I'm on Plumber's Quack. Yep, I'm on the right account. Just making sure. The rares. Ooh, a level 6 Brune and Pembroke Nymph. That's higher than any other account, I think. Everything between level 4 and level 6 here. War Pegasus being the only one that is gold foil by default because it's equal to or greater than in level than the regular foils. Epics, everything 2 or 3. Only Thane is level 2. Everybody else is level 3. And actually most, well, 4 to 7, that is most. It's the majority. We have in gold foil. We actually have no regular foil of Evelyn yet. And then for legendaries, no Kulu Mastermind for Plumber's Quack either. No Ava the Undaunted. No Skok Dustblight. No Asute. So 4 legendaries do not exist on this account. And okay, so the Plumber's Quack is the one that got the 2 gold Ava Sturges that season. I'm going to assume we actually maxed out, which I don't think I've actually done that yet. So we have a max card on an alt account, which I am just now realizing, I think, for the first time. So I've gone through already and combined what I could on Jeff Opens Cards and My Name's Jeff, but I didn't do the other 4, all the diamond accounts yet, basically. So still got to do that, which includes maxing out Ava Sturgis. Not one of the most playable or competitively viable legendaries, in my opinion, but a max card is still a max card nonetheless. So not too shabby. On to Digital Breaker. This account was created, I think, in October. Let me try refreshing this. Wait for it. Jeff Opens Cards. Yep. Because I had all in their own tabs, so I thought they were ready to go, but interesting. Oh, there we go. Okay. We're good. So, Digital Breaker is up to 125% of the total, which is 1% less than Plumber's Quack, but 8% higher on GFLs. Or, sorry, on golds overall. So, let's see. Digital Breaker, 5% less on, and you can't see everything right now. Digital Breaker, 5% less for commons, 10% higher for gold commons, 4% lower for rares, 2% lower for gold rares, 8% higher on epics, 2% lower on gold epics, same on legendaries, 2% higher on gold foil legendaries. All right, get that back lined up. So 44% is the high point there for the regular foil commons. But overall progress pretty equal to Plumber's Quack. So Jeff Opens Cards is definitely my main account. No ifs, ands, or buts. Digital Breaker and Plumber's Quack kind of equal for the number 2 spot. I think Digital Breaker might have a better card selection overall, but Plumber's Quack is more gold heavy. So Digital Breaker probably has a better win percentage most of the time, but Plumber's Quack will get more bonuses. So they kind of equal out that way as far as the rewards go generally. And then Milo Cat, 2/3 pretty equal. And My Name's Jeff is clearly ramped the rear with only 1 Splinter with cards leveled for Gold League. Everything else is Silver League if they exist at all. So anyways, Digital Breaker looks like everything is between 6 and 8. So pretty consistent. Everything, pretty much every account of the My Name's Jeff is between level 6 and 8 for commons pretty consistently. So everything is good to go for Gold League. Let's see, the levels goes 3, 5, 8, 10. Golds are all the even numbers. So, yeah. Granted, a lot of commons usually pick up an ability at level 6. So, while level 5 is max for silver, level 6, if you're playing gold, can be often just as good as level 8, just ability-wise at least. So, not too shabby, but yeah, everything's basically leveled for Gold League thus far across the board on all these accounts. So, rares, Pembroke Nymph also bring up the rear at level 3. Ravenhood Warden also level 3. Level 6 for Riverboat Captain. And almost everyone else level 5. Helios Mandrake at level 4. For epics, we have a level 4 Kararzak, level 2 Evelyn. Everyone else is level 3. 3 of the 7 are going to be favoring the gold foil. 2 of which are actually not level 3 for regular foil yet at all. And for legendaries, 3 cards do not exist, including Kulu Mastermind, Surreal the Bale, and Skak Duskblight. But Digital Breaker does have Gold Phyrexian Hero. I keep forgetting that, and I actually used Digital Breaker not in a Gold Foil only league this past season. But I feel like I should use Digital Breaker in a low league Gold Foils, because that's the account that like holds a lot of the Gold Foils, all the Chaos Legion stuff from pack openings that aren't delegated. So while the cards that Digital Breaker uses for ranked that are leveled up are regular foil for the most part, there are plenty of 1 BCX golds on the account. So if I do a bronze Gold Foil only fray with the account, should hold its own well enough. I love the combo of Phyrexian Hero with Crash Wanderford. I've had a short or two featuring that combo. Mainly like it when the magic attackers are basically banned from battle. Or at least there's a magic reflect to make it less likely the opponent uses magic. Because then Phyrexian Hero gives Crash Wanderford attack of 2 usually, more depending on my summoner and stuff too. And Crash Wanderford has a base of, I believe, 7 speed and 7 health. The most ideal rule set I love is when it's enraged and no magic. That can be quite troublesome because with Phyrexian Hero giving Crash Wanderford attack, also a chance to get some Bloodlust off and to become that much more evasive, if not completely untouchable. So I like the combo quite a bit. Doesn't always work out, but when it does, it's fun. It's fun. So we got a couple level 3s for GFLs. Everything else is level 1 or 2 if we've got them at all. So I have to do a quick check now. So my name's Jeff, no Kulu Mastermind. Milo Cat, 1 BCX. 2/3, none. Plumber's Quack, none. Digital Breaker, none. And my main account has 1. So I have 2 BCX of Kulu Mastermind across my 6 accounts. And that's a card that I love using, namely with No Other Just and Basilisk the Wise for the summoner. Because Kulu Mastermind can give No Other Just attack. I use No Other Just in the 2 spot. It has Rust, so that all of my opportunity monsters with Basilisk have a better chance of knocking out the opponent without having shield get in the way, and then trampling away for lovely, lovely extra damage. So I need more Kulu Masterminds is what I'm trying to say. Anyways, let's keep it here on JeffOpensCards then and wrap things up here. So Jeff Opens Cards. Definitely the most progressed account. This account plays in a Champ 2, sometimes Champ 1. Made leaderboard in Champ 1 this past season for Wild. So definitely is progressing the most overall. So for the 4 rarities combined, we have 98% of the possible 400% for gold foils. So basically a quarter of the way there. And we have over half of the total BCX needed to max out all of our cards in regular foil. Doesn't mean... So we're 10 seasons in, if I didn't say that yet. 10 seasons complete of the Soulbound reward cards being available in chests. So if we're at 217%, if you want to just double that, you would say 20 seasons. But you look closer, we have 70% for commons. So if we double that, in 20 seasons we get 140%, which means 40% would not attribute to this because others aren't there. But actually, rares are at 50%, epics 49%, legendaries 48%. Very equal across the board. So it looks like we may... you can just move the decimal by 1. Basically, we're getting 7% of our commons each season and 5% of each of the rarities each season on the main account, playing Champ 1/Champ 2. Well, that's where we end up. We don't play the whole season. Right now, bounce between the bottom of Champ 3 and the top of Diamond 1, for instance. But that's interesting, actually. So that means, in theory, over the course of 20 seasons or 10 months, if you're playing mid to high Champ, you can probably get most of your cards maxed out in regular foil. Interesting. Gold foils, 31% for commons, 13% for rares. Gold rares are so evasive. 31% for gold epics, 23% for gold foil legendaries. So other than gold foil rares, we would have everything else within 40 seasons or 20 months. So still under 2 years if the cards stick around that long. Time will tell, but it would be very cool to have a maxed out gold foil Soulbound deck. But I don't foresee that happening. Even if we get enough Toll BCX, odds are, we'll get enough BCX of one of the commons that we could max out twice, and then someone else is stuck at like level 4 or something. I mean, it's bound to happen. Let's actually scroll through and see how we're actually doing more detail. All the commons are level 8 or level 9 except for Dumaki Orc. So Dumaki Orc, we up the rear on 2 of my accounts as far as being the only card of a certain lowest level. And all of them are more leveled, or have a higher available level at regular foil than gold foil by at least 1 level. So you can see Possessed Puppet, we've only gotten 2 BCX of. So there's our example then, I guess. And other ones we have is, we've got a couple that are 20 and 21 BCX. So 10 times more. So in another 10 months, we could have these 2 maxed out, and we could have between 2 and 5 Possessed Puppet BCX total and be at level 4, level 5 only. So it's going to happen. Just like my Kulu Mastermind legendary card on all my accounts, certain cards will just evade you no matter what you do but yeah. Rares between level 4 and level 6. What's your name again? Pyrowatch Devil, not Phyrexian. At level 4. Everybody else level 5 or 6. Raven Warden actually level 7. That was the lowest level on a different account. Epics. Evelyn. Evelyn's my evasive epic. Only level 3. Everybody else is level 4, and 3 of the 7 cards are equal to or better than the regular foil counterpart in gold foil. However, I have no gold foil, no of the just. Or Kulu Mastermind on any account for that matter. And then for the legendaries, we do have all of the cards, and they're actually all level 2 or better, except for Kulu Mastermind. However, we have not got any regular foils of Ava the Undaunted either. So that one, I guess, is also a bit evasive. We just maxed out Ava Sturgis, I think, this now completed season. A suit, I think we just got to level 2. I think that's actually as of this season's chest. I think I got in a suit the first day of this season. Again, the percentages on here don't match my spreadsheet because there are a couple days of data on here already. Legendary is still 48% though. 49, 31, 51. So we gained 1% of rares, 1% of commons so far for the new season. But, I mean, overall, progressing pretty nicely on the main account, as we, arguably should, being that we play in mid to high champ, or at least finish up there. So, just really need to get some more Kulu Masterminds. At level 2, Kulu Mastermind gets shield, so that alone would be a pretty nice additive bonus. And I think at level 3 it goes to 5 attack, and I think at level... I forget. And no, the just at max level gets Martyr, so that'd be cool to do as well. But all in due time, hopefully. So maybe within another 10 seasons I can finally have a level 2 Kulu Mastermind, maybe get No the Just maxed out. We'll see. But yeah, on this count, we maxed out Ava Sturgis this season, and Tracer's Hulk, we maxed out in gold foil and regular foil before anything else. And then we got 4 additional BCX of the regular foils. So 15, well, if you include gold foils, we've gotten 19 BCX of Tracer's Hulk to our 1 Kulu Mastermind and 1 Ava the Undaunted. So I guess let me know in the comments below. Let me know either a card that you just can't stop pulling, or let me know which card you just cannot get. And obviously specify. Curious, has anyone gotten just an abundance of Kulu Masterminds out there where you can't stop pulling it, and you would send them to me if you could, or trade me or something? Obviously you can't right now, but it'd be cool. I do want more Kulus, but again, I thought this would be a 10-minute video, right about 30 minutes. I thought this video would be live 4 minutes ago, so I guess I'll maybe have it scheduled for 7 o'clock. You'll see it when you see it. But subscribe if you're not already. Rock smash that like button. Can see here, but we do have a giveaway still going. Once we get to 1,000 subscribers, we'll be giving more Chaos Legion packs. So spread the word. We had a decent little surge compared to what we've been doing the last couple days. My How Did I Become a Whale video doing pretty well and got some extra subs. So I think we gained like 14 subs over the weekend in the course of 2 days, whereas we've been gaining like 1 or 2 subs most days. So maybe we can surge our way to 1,000 soon. My birthday's in 2 weeks. Don't think we'll get there by that point, but you never know. We'll keep on keeping on, and hopefully you guys that are already here are enjoying the content either way. I'll do my best to keep coming out for you. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, whenever and wherever that may be.